Welcome to the Distorted Realities audiocast, Forbidden Media, and Creepy Audio. Here are your hosts, J Rock, Frank Walls, and Mr. Valentine. Remember, discuss the unknown and discover your truths.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Distorted Realities audio cast, Forbidden Media, and Creepy Audio.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
your host, J Rock, and alongside me is none other than Frank the Tank Wall.
Frank the Tank Wall right here. And here on my right side, I got the most nicest person on earth, Mr. Valentine.
Greetings and salutations, friends. Good to be back.
So yeah, I hope you guys had a great week. But before we begin, let's do the promo, and then we'll play the music, and then we'll start talking. Right?
Yeah.
That way we just hit this out the park, and then we're good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you dare to discuss the unknown and discover your truths? Then look no further than Distorted Realities, hosted by the ever-so-smart J Rock, the multi-talented and funny bone of the group, Frank the Tank Walls, and the most daring and loved by all, Mr. Valentine. Join them as they discuss conspiracies, talk tales of horror, and venture out to provide their findings on mysterious adventures. You can check them out on Sundays at 8 p.m. on www.youtube.com/distortedrealities, rumble.com, TikTok, and most social media platforms. You can also listen to their tales while driving at night, as they also have their audio cast available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Podcast. So if you like monsters, mysteries, and more, check out Distorted Realities, where they get to discuss the unknown, and you get to discover your truths.
All right, guys, we're back on, and just remember that if you're a fan of Distorted Realities, you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Instagram, Buzzsprout, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, and all the other podcast sources, just remember to hit like and subscribe. And yeah, we just look forward to sharing our stories and what we discover. We have a long lineup of things happening this week. We have Mr. Taco. He came back from
Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt trip, yep.
Yeah, so he's back from Egypt, and he has some stories to share with us. We have a talented artist that we're gonna schedule to come in and do one of our live episodes with the cameras and stuff. Young Swavey from Orlando.
What up? What up?
Yeah, a talented hip hop rapper. I actually heard his music on YouTube. It's very phenomenal, very good, very trendy.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll have him come over. But we have a lot of things happening, right? But let's pivot to you guys first before we start the sesh, so to speak. Frank, how was your week?
Good. A lot of work, here and there. All that stuff. Really good stuff.
Cool. Mr. Valentine.
Well, my week was great, just working a lot and also, playing some video games here and there as per usual. Playing a lot of Deadlock as of recent.
Oh, Deadlock. So it's like Marvel Rivals. Or
Like
is
a
it?
third-person League of Legends.
Okay, third person league.
It's a MOBA.
It's a MOBA.
Yes,
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I mean, my weekend was very eventful. We've just been doing a lot of tech work. As you can see, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can see the video or the illustration we created. And we've been just working on, just trying to improve the storytelling aspects of it. Yeah, go ahead. So Mr. Valentine is stepping out for a second. The hellhound known as Rambo kind of breathes heavily and kind of disrupts the flow of things.
Yes, he's protecting. He's protecting.
Yeah, he's protecting himself from the heat, the Florida heat. So, forbidden media. This is one of my most favorite subjects.
I was looking into it, but the AI tell me that it's forbidden. They didn't come up with something.
Oh my God, you just actually went there.
He told me. He told me, let me think when I get something. It's gonna take a while. That was what the media told me. The AI.
Oh, okay. So
Crazy.
forbidden media, for those who don't know, is any form of media that can be classified as considered something you shouldn't display because it is considered too speculative, too offensive, can alter the course of history and to some extent. Most of it, though, it's religious in nature. Give us 1 second. Yeah, so it could be offensive in nature and at times be deemed inappropriate, right? There's some things that are more classified than others, where it's governmental in nature and they just don't want you to know.
That's like the Ring video movie, right? And in the movie.
In the movie, yeah. That's right. So,
Yeah.
and then there is this idea of sorry about that. Rambo's just running around chasing his tail, and I'm just advising Mr. Valentine to come back.
He's out.
Close it fully. So yeah, there's this idea that forbidden media, right, is just lost material or material that hasn't been disseminated, right? And there he goes again, Mr. Rambo, the hellhound, to torture us all. Okay, now he's away from the room, so we're in a safe space. He's not going to be here for long, I can assure you that. 2026 is the end of his year here. So he'll go back where he belongs. Yeah, so now that we got our focus back and we can like pivot in the direction that we need to, forbidden media, as we know it, is not just audio, it's paintings, it's written text, right? Gnostic text.
It's TV.
It's TV,
everything.
it's everything. It's everything we consume, right? That's what we're called, consumers. And that's why we watch television, because we're watching programs that show us what they want us to see. And who are they? Who are they, Frank?
Television.
If you can tell a vision,
You can tell.
a lie,
There you go.
right? So it goes into those kind of almost borderline mystic or what do you call that? There's a word for that, right? Where it's like, ooh, like this is like a secret, very mysterious.
It has a weird allure to it.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, Mr.
Lord.
Valentine.
That's an
Taking me
enlightenment
to
word.
school. Well, he's a teacher
That's
after all.
a Sunday word. That's a Sunday word.
I'm putting that in my dictionary for
That's
sure.
your word of the day.
Can you say it again? Can you say it again? Allure. Wow. That's like,
So I became enthralled with these things when I learned about music, right? Because I used to play guitar. Heavy metal was my genre. And then, you know, when you hang out with the guys, and I'm just going to give you an example. Hey, man, like, did you hear the stuff with the Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven? Like, if you play it backwards,
Oh, yeah,
right? This
yeah.
backmasking technique that they got, and it talks about Satan and shit, bro. This is crazy, right? And we actually did it, and it was true. And that unraveled into other things for me. That's how I got into it.
do you remember the movie Little Nicky when he played Chicago?
Yeah.
Backward. Chicago.
But that was hilarious. You have those kind of things that kind of create this like, why would they do that, right? Like, if that's the first thing you want to ask, right? And then there's the other types of media, paintings that held secrets. Da Vinci
is like known
Right.
for that. Like
we had an episode on that, right?
Yeah, you look at it and it's like, what the hell?
A lot of UFOs in those pictures.
Yeah,
But then you have lost media that has been spoken about,
but no one knows about it. No one can confirm it if it's true or not.
right? That's a whole different thing from forbidden, right?
Yes,
Forbidden means that
very.
we know it exists, but you're not allowed to touch it.
Lost is, does it exist? Can we find it? There are reports of it. It's a whole thing. Lost media is very big, and I'm more into lost media more than forbidden media because the fact that it's lost makes it so much more intriguing.
So,
Oh, shout out to Maximum Pull 5CE.
all right.
My ghost storytellers. And I got a Smokiest Flame.
All right,
What's up,
Sconce,
my
how
brother?
you doing, brother?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
out to
yo, are
Sconce.
have a bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Avid supporter there. You should check out his TikTok channel, his Twitch channel. Sconce is a gamer. I support his channel 100%. It's really good stuff. So we're not just into the mysteries of the world and conspiracies and all that jazz. We follow trends, and we support our people, right? So going back, there was a period in time, right, where I started looking and doing the research. So you want to know where was the first time we heard audio or some kind of media that created chaos? I'll let you pick a year.
1700s?
No,
More. That number he said it will be
higher.
Higher? Oh,
okay.
18 or
No,
1900s?
1900s,
Yeah.
yes, but it's in the 1900s.
It's in the 1900s.
Yeah,
70s?
19.
no, 1938.
1938. Oh,
Wow.
All right, so let me tell you, this is chaos that almost was so well done that it became believable. And it was something that all of us have either seen or read in our lifetime. War of the Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. You see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So I have the actual full recording. Now, I can't play the full recording, but it was actually broadcasted on a radio station by Orson Welles, right? And basically, the trope was we're going to make this sound so real as if we are really being attacked by aliens.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No. But that was in its time. Today, I mean, if you hear it
Yeah,
now, it's
it's-
lackluster, but in its period,
In its time period, that's something that can like trigger off a whole set of horrible
I
events.
remember in that era, people used to listen to the radio. I think there was no TV, right? It was
I
the
think-
TV was the radio.
so that falls under this time period that they call the radio days. You had storytelling through radio. You had marketing and advertisement through radio. And it's funny because we've seen the evolution of media, right? At first there was the radio days, then radio transcended to satellite. Satellite, right? TV killed the radio star.
Yeah.
Right? Then you had music videos and video became the thing. Then you had attainable media like CDs, DVDs, tape. That's fading away, right? And now the new media is streaming,
Yeah.
right? And why is that? Because now you're no longer being shoved to pick one favorite. Average people like us and many others can tell a tale and tell a story and be just as thought evoking, just as inspirational, just as scary, frightening, action packed as their typical Hollywood blockbuster company, right? So you can see the evolution in that phrase, but it all started there. The controversy for me in my research started there. So I have the audio clip. I'm gonna play about 15-20 seconds of it. I did slice it so that way we have some stuff that we can discuss over it. So I'm gonna mute myself and play it so that the audience can hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, following on the news given in our bulletin a moment ago, the Government Meteorological Bureau has requested the large observatories of the country to keep an astronomical watch on any further disturbances occurring on the planet Mars. Due to the unusual nature of this occurrence, we have arranged an interview with the noted astronomer, Professor Pearson, who will give us his views on this event. In a few moments, we will take you to the Princeton Observatory at Princeton, New Jersey. We return you until then to the music of Ramon Raquello and his orchestra. We are ready now to take you to the Princeton Observatory at Princeton, where Carl Phillips, our commentator, will interview Professor Richard Pearson, famous astronomer. We take you now to Princeton, New Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carl Phillips speaking to you from the observatory at Princeton. I'm standing in a large semicircular room, pitch black except for an oblong split in the ceiling. Through this opening, I can see a sprinkling of stars that cast a kind of frosty glow over the intricate mechanism of the huge telescope. The ticking sound you hear is the vibration of the clockwork. Professor Pearson stands directly above me on a small platform, peering through the giant lens. I'll ask you to be patient, ladies and gentlemen, during any delay that may arise during our...
All right, so we played that first bit, right? And basically, the way he did it, Orson Welles, he orchestrated this in a way where it sounded like there was music playing and then emergency, New Jersey, this is happening. They said, then they sent an emergency alert to the people that are in space. There's Martians in space. Keep an eye out on it. And then people started panicking. People started panicking because of it, right? New Jersey and New York was highly affected, right? Because at the time the United Nations was starting to develop, there was a lot of things happening in those two states, well, cities, if you will. And that's to me where it all started. And then, you know, so imagine you're listening to that old school vaudeville. I call it vaudeville music. Then, ladies and gentlemen, oh wait, let me use the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an emergency here, right?
And you go in and people were actually
Terrified,
beating.
yeah.
They were like, oh my God, what's going on? And you know, Americans were very different from today. They were very proud, very true, red, white, and blue.
Patriotic.
Very patriotic, right? And they were all about that shit. So they were getting ready. They were about to go, oh, we're having a war with the aliens. And then you would hear stuff like this on the radio.
Get your guns ready and go. It's time for war, folks. The Martians are coming. Little men with green hats and antennas and
boom, you know, he also ensued for a brief period. And then, you know, he had to say, hey, this was just a dramatization of a story that we're telling, and we orchestrated all of this. And it became something that was in the news. It made headlines, right? There is a lot of that happening today, right? Where we dramatize media, right? To the point where we can make it real. Can you give me an example of a movie that was, quote unquote, based on a true story? But it wasn't.
But it wasn't?
But it wasn't.
Oh, Bloodsport with Van Damme. Fran Dukes was a hoax.
Poughkeepsie, was it? No, Poughkeepsie Tapes?
Poughkeepsie Tapes is one of them. Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project, yep.
Right.
The found footage
right, that
genre.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, the found footage genre.
Footage genre. That's how it got its basically its bearings from it, right? So it's something that's been since 1938. We've seen it. We just never saw it. We heard it, right? But this is just one lane of a traffic with multiple routes and multiple exits and new exits, right? New entry points, because something new comes out of it. When something fades into obscurity, it births something new, right? But this goes into being in the frame of radio, right? We have this very interesting situation. Now, I am going to talk about this as if, not as a person who is, you know what, fuck that. I'm a fan of this guy. This is the guy that I grew up listening to. He is the godfather of what I call modern conspiracy radio. His name is Art Bell, rest in peace. The person who took over the channel, his name is George Noory, or we call him George Noon. He had a show called Coast to Coast Radio, and some of the most amazing footage and clips ever captured on radio. that would have you sitting as if you was watching a movie, right? Now, this is the part where it's sketchy. We don't know if it's real or not, but it sounded so authentic,
So convincing. Like, oh man, this is
right?
good.
I'm gonna articulate what you, the audience, are gonna hear, and then you're gonna hear it in all its glory, because George Art Bell, and for those of you who love aliens and love conspiracies, you know, the people that you listen to today owe this guy everything. I actually was fortunate enough to be in his website as a subscriber before he passed away, and then his channel, his website got removed, and then Gaia has the rights to the show with George Newry. George Newry got the channel, and it ended up being that George Newry and him never liked each other. They actually had beef, but they should.
Isn't a guy associated somewhere somehow with ancient aliens and stuff like that?
Well, they have all those theories in the channel, and they talk about a lot of things, but they're considered more like a spiritual channel, right? But they don't just talk about aliens and conspiracies. They talk about
like everything under the sun.
and everything in that platform that deals with meditation, astral projection,
The Kundalini.
the Kundalini. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna play this, and you're gonna hear it, and I hope that you find what I'm saying, and if you can listen to it and capture that moment, as I did for the very first time, and even to this day when I listen to it, it just sends chills down my spine, because it sounded so authentic. So this is the Coast to Coast radio clip with Art Bell, and I hope that you enjoy this one as much as I still do.
I don't have a whole lot of time. Former employee. I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They'll triangulate on this position really, really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51. The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable. I started getting...
This is why we have backup systems. Anything can happen, and this is another perfect example of that. On the run, trying to get things done in a 5-hour program, anything can occur, and we have had... My transmitter has had an apparent massive heart attack, or something happened to it, or somebody did something to it. And I will not mention the alternative means we're doing to get accomplishing to get a signal up there right now, or to the network, let me put it that way, but pretty weird, and it certainly occurred at a pretty weird time. Okay, are you an Area 51 employee?
At one time.
In the past?
In the past.
Years ago. Can you talk?
For a few minutes.
Tell us what you can tell us.
Well, I've got myself fairly covered right now. About your interruption, that last...
All right, so what did you make of that?
That was really convincing.
Are you sure that's not fake? I mean, it
So
looks
Art
real.
Bell, let me tell you something about Art Bell. Art Bell was a very serious older adult, right? I don't think that. Let me rephrase that. I would want to believe that this all true, and given everything, and mind you, this is from years and years ago, and this almost kind of sounds like the plot is actually becoming a fruition based on what the guy said.
Yeah, no, he was panicking. He was in a massive state of panic.
It's insane, right?
Shout out to Rita in the comments.
Hey, Rita.
How's it going?
So it's kind of insane how we got this footage from a radio station, and then the transmission dies. The guy never calls back, and then someone.
It was an Area 51 employee.
Yeah, it was an Area 51 employee. So it's like, oh shit! Like,
Probably they got him there.
That's Art Bell. So he's showing me a picture. Mr. Valentine showing me a picture of Art Bell.
Yeah, he looked very serious.
It's a very. He almost looks like he's related to Bob Lazar.
Right.
Now, this is what we call authentic footage of a live show that was recorded and stored for posterity. And it's very different from what I want to play next, but I want to start talking about it and segue, because we heard two radio pieces. This is a more intimate piece of an exorcism that actually happened to Annalise. All right, she's the inspiration behind the movie The Exorcist.
That damn movie.
This is a real case. The judges was tried in court for malnourishment, because Annalise did eventually succumb to death because of the whole spiritual warfare she was having.
Is there a picture of that?
Yeah, there is a picture of it.
Out there.
There's pictures of her in her past with a voice recording of her voice, and then the exorcism voice when she's speaking languages she's never spoken in the past. It is very morbid, so if you are religious and you're going to listen to this, I advise you, if you get bothered by it, just mute it for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just showcasing this because some of the media is not necessarily produced media on a live stream. These are stuff that is pre-recorded because it was an event-based situation and needed to be recorded for posterity. So the background is this young girl, she was possessed. There's many variations of the story. Some people say she was possessed by Nero. Some people say she was possessed by even Hitler. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Really?
I've heard about that.
And she spoke in tongues, and she sounded really different. And she spoke languages she never spoke. I'm gonna play the clip, but bear in mind that if you're sensitive to this kind of stuff, I advise you to mute it for about a minute and a half, and then we're gonna come back to the show.
Trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning.
Okay.
Rosenkranzmonat, weißt du ja, ne?
Ja,
Rosenkranz.
aber die wenigsten beten.
Die wenigsten.
Ja. Und in Kirche wird am allerwenigsten gebeten, weil die Herrn Pfarrer ja das für unmodern halten.
Ja.
Ja. Ja.
Weil er eine starke Waffe ist. Gegen Satan
Ja.
und alle Dämonen.
Ja, gegen uns. Ja,
Der Rosenkranz eine gewaltige Macht gegen
Ja.
Satan und alle Dämonen.
Aber das glauben nicht viele. Die halten es hier nur volles Weiberzeug. Zum Glück.
Wer ist da schuld daran?
Ja.
Ihr.
Ja.
Was kostbar ist der Rosenkranz? Kostbar. Rosenkranzmonat.
Der Ausklinge versteht die Nacht nichts. Wir müssen das Geld zu schade für.
Dann kostet er was.
Bei dem schon. Gut Zeit oder auch Geld für.
so, viel Arbeit.
Ja, die Arbeit geht natürlich vor.
So that must have been extremely morbid for you to hear. Put a minute and a half in. The actual clip was a lot longer because it's the entire recording.
The entire
and by it's multiple exorcism sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just one, but it was a clip of like one day, and that's only a few minutes. This stuff was going on for hours. There were 2 priests involved. It was very insane when it comes to that kind of ordeal.
Especially hearing her growl, like making those growling sounds. I'm like,
I got Smoky Flames 12 says, man, sounds nasty with all that stuff. It's crazy. Give me chills.
Yeah. It's one of those things where we showcase it. We're not really happy about showcasing it, but we have to expose the reality of things, not necessarily the truth, because it's true.
The distorted reality.
There you go. But we show it to kind of tell the tale of, hey, this really did happen. This was really documented. There is a real court case regarding
and
this.
there is a real victim to this.
And there's a real victim to this. And it kind of shed light on the whole thing, where now when a person is undergoing an exorcism, they or a process of an exorcism, you need to have a legal representative. You need to have
medical
paramedics and medical.
everything.
So you can't just no longer call a priest to show up.
You got to have a lot of people around there.
I got Smoky Flame says, man, those people had to be having nightmare after that.
Oh, 100%. I would.
Oof.
I would.
So I want to do you one better. These 2 people that were tried were convicted of the crime. However, the judges could not give them time because they were doing God's work. So they kind of time served type deal. Either way, it's heartbreaking, right? Because that's a young lady who had her whole life ahead of her. And it tells the tale about the battle within, right? The battle against the good and evil with reaching to your soul.
Yeah.
Right? Because your soul is what's up for grabs. But there is something scarier than that.
Children. Oh wait, no. Let's see. What is scarier than that?
The sound of hell.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the pit. That's the pit they did.
I have the audio file.
That sounds absolutely horrible.
So this is gonna be really good, because when I first heard it, I didn't know what to make of it. But then I realized that there are sounds that you can't explain. Right? This is from Siberia, by
That's
the way.
like
okay. It's coming back to me. I know what this is.
This is from Siberia.
I have a friend that when he snores, he
Sounds
snores.
like-
It's hard too.
Sounds like the gates of hell. Sounds like hell.
Thank you for reminding me who that person is.
Holiday Inn was an experience, guys. It was an experience.
Yeah, I bet it was.
The orchestra.
The orchestra snores.
You guys are funny. You get the. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second form of sound, which is sound that we cannot identify, but it's captured through some means. So the background behind this is there was a big giant pit dug into Siberia, and they sent a sound rod hundreds of feet underground, and they captured what can be heard like the sound of hell. And you hear people screaming in pain, torturous. This lends itself to this idea of things that lie beneath the earth, right? Like, for example, the giants of Malta, right? The underground caves of Malta. There's rumors that underneath the bedrock there are giants that move around the caves. Now, by giants, we don't mean 100-foot tall giants.
We don't mean like no ogres
We could
or
mean
anything like that.
like 15, 10 feet. That's possible.
Even that is giant.
You know
What happened with that guy that saw a giant, like in a mountain, and the guy disappeared?
He doesn't exist anymore. He's gone.
I want to say something real quick. I'm happy that people are waking up. You know what I mean? I've been seeing these in social media when you're scrolling. I've been seeing this video that caught my attention. Like there's somebody in the plane, and they start listening to somebody next to them. Oh, I just invented this car that runs on water, and it's like, oh, when you find out your plane is gonna crash, some stuff like that. So I'm happy that people are waking up. You know what I mean? That's really good because in other years, other times, nobody will spoke about those stuff.
Oh no, it would have been taboo.
Exactly.
It would have been taboo, and it's because when you're running in a faith-based culture, which was at the time, there were certain things you couldn't speak about because it goes against the grain of belief, right? In today's period, belief is not the crux of the issue, rather it's the action, right? Because what we've come to find is that a lot of people believe in things, but they don't act on their beliefs.
Yeah.
Right? They kind of do the polar opposite, right?
They preach, but
yeah, if you don't practice what you preach, then you can't. So people kind of been dissuaded, disillusioned. It's like going to the church. The church makes more money than half of the employees working in a standard business. You know what I mean? And how is it that someone like that can buy a jet?
A GQ, right?
Right? So it kind of, people are awakening. When I say they're awakening to the logic behind it. That doesn't make sense.
No, but they need.
I gotta go to your congregation every day. And in some churches, by the way, especially mega churches, you have to give a specific amount every time you show up.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about $10, $15.
No, they ask you how much you make.
And that's insane.
But they need the jet to preach all around the world.
Yes. But again, this is different from religion. We respect all religions, but to me, that area is free game. Right. So,
now I get the jet. Maybe to preach around the world.
Yeah.
What is the Rolls Royce?
Oh no, that's so they could collect.
Okay.
They go to everybody's house to collect.
Oh, you didn't come to church today? Give me $200.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's insane.
So yeah. So this one is a little bit horrible to listen to. But I want you to hear it anyways. It's the sound of hell. You're gonna have a little small clip of a guy explaining certain details, and then you will hear the actual sound. And I hope that you find this one as interesting as I did. And again, if you're a person of faith, not religion, person of faith, and you feel like that's gonna stand against your ideals, please mute yourself, or lower the volume, because it is very, very, very disturbing, even more so than the Annalise Mitchell follow.
It took me a while to find it tonight, but attached is that sound from my uncle's tapes. It's not the greatest quality, but the sounds are there. I was very hesitant to send you this, as the sound bothers me to listen to. I'd suggest that if you do play it on the program, warn listeners in advance so they may have the option of turning the radio off for 30 seconds while it plays. It has always haunted me. To those who discounted the Siberia sounds from Hell's Story, it is true, and I, for one, wish it wasn't. Rick, listening from Chicago. And so I submit now the cleaned, a better copy to you, and I warn you, what you are about to hear is very disturbing indeed.
All right. So what do you make of that?
That's terrifying.
That's crazy.
Like, to think that.
I'm still listening because of the feedback.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that those sounds came from that pit. Like, that is just.
That was in Russia, right?
Siberia.
Yeah. That is
Siberia
crazy.
has a lot of different things. You got the Tunguska incident. You got the Dyatlov Pass. You know, like all that is in close proximity there.
And where is that? There's a pit too that is like a flame, right? There's a pit.
A volcano?
That's in
Right.
the Middle Eastern country.
Right, somewhere.
And it's like one of the hottest locations in the world, and the pit never stops emitting fire.
Yeah.
Maybe something we could explore
At a later date, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually good.
That is terrifying. Though.
It
Those
is terrifying.
Those sounds. Ugh.
So what did you feel?
Pain. Suffering.
Horror.
Those are some agonizing screams. Like those sounded like straight torture, and that I mean it's
one of the more
hell.
it's one of the more disturbing ones.
Yeah, like
right.
to think that comes from a hole in Siberia. That's disgusting.
But
they have no water.
There are things that are just as scary, and they don't require that much breath, right? And this is another one of those creepy audios that is based on a true thing, which is called the wow signal.
Oh, I heard that before.
Yeah. So this was they actually captured the sound in outer space that was like the most craziest sound. And basically this is atmospheric, so there shouldn't be any sound over a certain amount because the universe is supposed to be like this.
Silent.
Right?
Yeah.
Not silent because there is noise, right?
But there isn't a lot. That
But
could
this
allow
was like
a big jump.
right? It's called the wow signal. And basically it's different in which is not really necessarily scary because it's not evil in innate, but it leads to the question of where will that sound come from? Is there some other worldly being with the technology to send the signal?
Could be.
Right,
Remember in Puerto Rico there was the radio telescopic whatever.
The satellite.
And they pick up a signal a long time ago.
Yeah, in Arecibo.
Arecibo, yeah.
Arecibo, Puerto Rico, yeah. So let's play that one. And then we'll jump into the kind of scary that we like to talk about. All right. All right, so as you can see, this was very atmospheric. It was just a sound from the universe, from the unknown, the depths, right? The infinite space, right? Or the infinity.
It sounds a little bit like the internet. Remember when the internet used to right?
Dial up, yeah.
Shout out to Corrali Sotero.
Yay!
She says the eternal flames are real and it's written in the Bible.
That's right.
That's true. You are right. There says there will be claiming for water and there will not be no water.
So now that we finished kind of like the outer space, hell, kind of verse, I want to talk a little bit more about what happens here. Right? There are sounds here that we are afraid to hear because when we know that sound happens, that means we're in big trouble.
What about
you know what sound is that?
the nuclear bomb of sirens?
Yeah, the EA. This is a test. Let me do it with my my voice.
This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test.
So it kind of those were the kind of things back in the days, and for those of you that would understand that is those who grew up in the analog period, right, where there wasn't a lot of digital stuff still. And what that was every television station at a certain time would run an emergency broadcast test, right? So
they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore. Right? They'll do it from the digital.
In Puerto Rico, that's what they used to be every time.
Yeah, it would be every night after 12 o'clock because
people were normally sleeping.
So the television stations would shut off at that time, and then all shows would stop. Eventually, they started running reruns and stuff like that 24/7.
Yeah,
and that's how it kind of like became a thing.
Sometimes they used to play the national anthem.
Yeah, right before shutdown. So beautiful time, right?
Yeah, right.
It's like it sounded scary, but we knew that okay, it's time to knock out.
It's time to go to sleep.
You know, either that or you had a Walkman and you was able to listen to music and go to sleep, right? But the emergency broadcast system is well known all over the world. There is that, and there is the sirens that you hear when there is about to be either war or nuclear fallout,
or tornadoes,
or any kind of natural disaster.
What it says, like the National Weather Service has interrupted channel to provide emergency.
So I have something that I found that was very interesting, and I said, you know what, this one is not real, but I liked it, right? Because it kind of resembles the reality of it, but it gets exaggerated into this kind of stuff you like, Mr. Valentine, where it's like storytelling, it's like analog horror type thing,
okay, got it,
right?
Got it.
So I want you the audience, like Local 58 type shit.
You
like,
guys should really look into that. That is a really good analog horror.
So there's a guy named Nexpo.
Oh God,
Nexpo. Oh man, he is so good at telling stories. I wish I had 1/5 of his abilities, right? But he does this stuff where he goes into deep dives on certain
horror in general. And one of the first videos me and J Rock ever saw was him explaining Local 58.
Fuck.
And we were in the dark watching this, and the way he told the story, and just in general, Local 58.
You didn't want to get up.
We were like stuck there. It was an hour-long video, and it was the best hour-long video I've seen in a very long time.
And I mean, not just Local 58. A lot of his stuff has really
disturbing things are on the internet.
Yeah, like he does a lot of that stuff. But again, we touch on these things and we kind of take the broader subject and we go into little pieces of it. He does deep dives into this one thing and he really dissects it, right? So yeah, Nexpo, Local 58, check it out. But this is an excerpt of something like that called EAP. So I want to play it and just tell me what you think.
Warning. The County Weather Service has issued a warning for a meteorological event. This warning is effective immediately and continues until sunrise tomorrow morning. Citizens are advised not to observe this event with the naked eye. Warning. Your local county authorities have issued a civil danger alert. The County Weather Service has issued the following correction for the weather warning in effect. For your safety, remain indoors.
The meteorological event is safe for all to view. Warning has been lifted.
Close and secure all possible entrances to your home. Switch off all lights. Do not look out of any windows. Do not respond to any knocks on your windows or doors until the all clear is given. Remain silent at all times. Do not attempt to interact with anyone outside of your home. Do not attempt to invest.
All right, so what were your thoughts on that?
It gives me such a heavy analog horror vibe, and I love it. I'm really big on analog horror, so it gives me very big, like, not Walton Files. Yeah, just gives me gives me really good analog vibes that I really enjoy. It's scary, not being able to go look outside, and there's actually a really fun concept for that for a video game called Look Outside. It's insane. It's basically the same thing. You go on your TV and you get a thing saying, "Do not look outside," and people who look outside turn into these creatures, and that's what it sort of gave me the vibe of.
Right.
It's like, it's scary. It's like, what if you are stuck inside? I mean, we're in a house, so it's a lot different, but like, say an apartment complex, in a situation like that, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
It is.
Your thoughts?
No, I mean, that reminds me every time there was a hurricane in Puerto Rico. That's how they will tell you. You know what I mean? Like, at what time was coming. How
It would have just been nice if they kept it honest. Like, you're shit out of luck.
There's a hurricane. Good
It's
luck.
coming.
Pray, not like you have exactly 15 seconds to evacuate, or something terrible will happen to you.
Yeah.
What is something terrible?
I got Corrales in the chat says, guys, since you are in the topic of sounds, what do you guys think about people who have been recording and making videos of hearing trumpet sounds?
Oh, so don't steal my thunder, Coral, because we're gonna end in that. I actually have a audio clip of that, but I want to get into that.
He also says, people say that in the last days you will hear trumpet sounds, but I'm curious.
Don't steal the thunder.
You guys take it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll talk about that as the last line item. All right.
Flame says, that's a great question. Hopeful they answer it. Wow.
Yeah, we will. But we went into a fake broadcast of an emergency, right? Entirely false one. But what if I told you that many years ago the broadcast signals were hijacked and they became famous for something that we've seen before?
Is that what I think it is?
What is it?
TV incident?
No, not that.
Okay.
So there was a Pepsi character.
It wasn't MTV though, right?
No, it wasn't MTV.
Okay.
It was Max Headroom. Is the name of the
There we
character.
go.
Oh, Max. Yeah, I remember
so
Max.
I actually have the second recording where he hijacked the broadcast a second time.
I want to go see what channel he did that. If you could play that, I want to see what channel he took over.
All right, so we're gonna play that, and then you could confirm what channel it was.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
Some dry
Jesus. What's the way? Oh, my I guess they're giant bastard feast for all the greatest world newspaper nerds. My brother is wearing the other one. But it's naughty. That's what you got put my time.
All right, so we're stopping the max headroom. You got about 95% of that recording.
Yeah, it's not that long.
It is very disturbing because that was the first time, well, not the first time, but it was one of the more critical moments, right, where a broadcast station was hijacked.
Interrupted twice, by the way.
Yeah, interrupted twice, and that's the second of the two.
So,
but how did they pull it out?
They used a more powerful signal than what the stations were using to hijack it, and they overtook it. And apparently, this took place on WGN. Now, my mistake. I said MTV because Max Headroom did appear on MTV a lot of times, but around 9:14 p.m. during the sports segment on the 9 p.m. news, the signal was interrupted for 25 seconds with the intruder, Max Headroom, the guy with a mask, doing some stupid stuff. And then it got interrupted during an episode of Doctor Who for 90 seconds. And there were some clips of him like singing, and then another clip of him like literally showing his butt to the audience. Wow. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. And that was, and that's why they called it the Max Headroom incident, because the character Max Headroom was a Pepsi product character.
He was wearing the mask.
And he was wearing the mask of Max Headroom. So that's another crazy discovery that we made. And
this is Max Headroom.
Wow. However, there is something more terrifying than that. A rumored cursed commercial. Man.
So,
but before we do that, I want to do something disturbing. You know why?
Why?
Because I feel fantastic.
Oh no.
You seem fantastic. Hey, hey, hey. Run. Please, me. Please, me. Please, me. Please, me. Please, me. Please, me. You are fantastic.
All right, folks, I'm done feeling fantastic. That was one of the more disturbing finds. It really bothers Mr. Taco a lot to hear that. And then it just so happens that when we had discovered that video,
it's kind of creepy.
We had rented a hotel
across from a forest.
Across a forest.
Six Flags.
Going to Six Flags, Maine.
The
one in Maine.
And the location from that video and the hotel we were at looked strikingly familiar. So I'll never forget, we were on the TV in the hotel room and we played that to mess with Taco, and it was the funniest shit ever.
That guy, I think, damn near shitted on himself.
Because outside, we were literally like, if you opened our window, there was nothing but forest.
Yeah.
So it was terrifying.
Scary. Yeah, that sound is very.
So that's dedicated to
and
Mr.
the video.
Taco.
So
the video was just unsettling.
Yeah, the video's unsettling. It's almost like a robot mannequin, and it does these weird poses while they're playing the song, and then it jumps into a clip of what appears to be like a burial site. Like it almost seemed like it was a murder. Now we know that years later we discovered that was a project. It wasn't a real thing.
Yeah, it's like
but it was still a mystery for a while.
They should put that in a movie or something.
Oh, that would make a great movie.
Yeah.
something.
They should just call it that. I feel fantastic.
I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, we're gonna travel to Japan. You have a tissue?
Not on me.
Okay, you see, this is the problem. In Japan, Kleenex was the choice.
Oh, dude.
And it did a commercial that was rumored to be cursed. And when you watched it at a certain time, the video would glitch.
Yes.
And something would happen, and then that kind of like led to days later you would die.
Don't tell me you're gonna play the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. You damn right.
We're not
'cause
gonna
that's what
watch
we're
it.
here for.
We're gonna listen to it.
We're gonna listen to it, but
I haven't been feeling okay, so maybe if I'm gone, it was the video. No, I'm joking.
So listen to the audio. It's a song. Wow. And let me give you the imagery. It's a little boy,
demon boy,
painted as a yokai. Is it?
Yokai.
As a yokai, and a woman taking care of the little baby boy. The boy has like a green wig with one horn sticking out, and he's painted orange.
Red.
But it looks orange
red.
in the video because it's one of the older videos.
No yellow?
No yellow.
Okay.
So the mom is very beautiful Chinese. That was very weird. You're gonna
Rock,
for that.
let's not get canceled. Guys.
Yeah, that was him.
It was just a question.
Yeah, I bet it was. All right, so we're gonna listen to that, but just think about this woman with the child. The child is of a different entity. She's taking care of the child, and the child's just standing there posing. But then envision that you're watching this at a specific time, and the video glitches, and something happens. The visuals change, and it gets eerily disturbing, right? So I'm gonna play the audio, and good luck to all of those who survive the next day. But yeah.
It's a fine day, people open windows, they leave their houses just for a short while. They walk by the grass and they look at the grass, they look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight, it's going to be a fine day tomorrow.
クリネックスティッシュです。
Now, isn't that warming?
Interesting. It's very interesting.
It's interesting, but it's
You want the video?
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
So that's from Kleenex.
Yes.
In Japan, it goes Kleenex desimasu. That's how the guy sounded.
Kleenex Kishiodes or some shit like that.
Yeah, like
Arigato Kleenex.
Yeah, but it was actually one of the commercials that kind of propelled Kleenex in Japan.
This is 1985.
Yeah. So.
And why is the kid a yokai?
Yokai, ghosts in general have really big impact on the what's it called in Japanese culture. I don't know why
Let's not get into that discussion because we owe Kid Dan a full episode on that shit.
Oh really?
Yeah. But we have to do it justice. Now you understand how weird that video looks now that you heard the song?
But a yokai is an entity?
A ghost.
It's a ghost. But over there, ghosts have different forms.
Remember, we can't talk too much about it. Not yet.
Yeah, that's it.
I know, but I mean, this is not cool. I mean, you know what I mean? This just look like I don't like that commercial. You're seeing it. It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
That's why it's considered cursed.
I don't get it.
All right, so we went over pretty much the majority of the issues, but there is something I want to play for Frank.
Wow.
And it's an audio clip of El Coco.
El Coco?
What he sounds like.
It's good to know.
Because you never heard El Coco. So hold on.
He sounds like a merengue?
No, you gotta hear him
El
now.
Coco.
So here he goes. El Coco. And followed, right after that, I'm gonna follow it with the Skinwalker.
We're going over.
Okay, now I'm gonna play the Skinwalker. All right, Frank, that was for you.
Wow.
I dedicate that one to you, my good friend.
Imagine being in the woods in a cabin
And hearing that.
hearing that thing, man. That's crazy.
That's horrible.
It's horrific.
Wow.
But these are sounds from varying degrees, right? I think we'll play this last sound, and then we're going to talk about something else, and in short, and then we'll end the podcast. So there is one audio that we don't talk about often, and that is the last audio that we will ever hear.
Wow.
And when I talk about that is the end times, the signal before the coming, the second coming, right?
The trumpets.
The trumpets, right? This is one of the more scarier things because you'd never think that something like that can incite that much fear, right?
Gives
But-
you heavy anxiety.
However, if you read the scriptures, there was something called the walls of Jericho.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a horn, specifically a ram's horn, was the only thing.
The shofar. Shofar.
There you go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, say that again.
Shofar.
Wow. You sound like an aristocrat.
Wait, my bank account went up.
Yeah,
with that word.
Shofar.
Shofar.
But
Feeling
the-
Jewish right now.
But so I'm telling you, hell has a spot for you. Hey Frank, come sit to my right. Oh shit. Wait, it's gonna be like this.
Frankie, I've been waiting for you.
Yay.
I have a hot seat right here.
And then you hear Frankie in the background. Help me. You shouldn't poke fun of these things, but you know, I guess you only live once, right? But to Frank's point, it doesn't hurt to live rich.
You know.
Or to die rich, right? So, but let's go back to subject, and that's the those horns, the horns, the trumpets, they're being heard all over the world, right?
With the sounds of the shofar, the walls of Jericho, right?
They broke. The Jafar did break the walls of Jericho. That's how they won the war. But it's scientifically, it's proven that there are frequencies that can vibrate and resonate so strongly that it can break through most things.
That's why when a cat jumps on top of you and start making this noise, like it helps to cure your bones, and it cures you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frank Walls Comedy Hour, starring Frank Walls.
This is a fact. This is a fact.
Where did you get this?
It's been proven, yeah.
A cat. You know how many cats I would have right now? The way I'm aching.
Yeah.
I would love cats then.
The sound that they make, the frequency help you cure your bones and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God, Frank, you're on
And
fire
also-
today, bro. You're for 3 for 3.
And also the bells. Remember when they remove all the bells? Because the bells, they used to scare spirits away as well. Bad spirits.
You see, I heard that the bells were for your body also to help you heal.
Also too.
You know, but
Yeah.
Right? You're on fire today.
That's why churches has bells to scare bad spirits.
Yeah,
away.
but you know how many bells have been removed?
Yeah.
All over the world. And it has to do with frequency, right? But that's, again, that's more like, that's an expo type thing where he can go into deep dives about audio sonics and stuff like that. However,
I bought a whistle, a supersonic whistle.
Yeah, what does it do? I'm waiting for it.
There's whistles or being a referee or whatever.
Yeah.
So I bought a supersonic one.
And what does it do?
When I blow the whistle, right? It sounds very loud, and people get silenced because of their ear. They're messed with their ear.
Like this?
No, I have it on my vehicle. I'll show it to you. It's really loud.
All right. So,
like
I guess it's one of those discussions that we really don't like to have because I think everybody wants to live, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we have the discussion about the end times, you could kind of see the writing on the wall. And this is the one time I'm going to get a little more serious, but those horns are the warning signs for the things that are to come. And they're being heard very often in all parts of the world, and it's starting to resonate and become more frequent.
But do you think they're testing it? That's why they're...
No, I think...
Could be the...
Other people are just going insane.
Yeah, because an angel's going to come, hey, we need to test this before we make sure the tsunami's coming. Yeah, no.
Who knows?
I wouldn't take that one to that extent. I mean, if these are beings that govern us spiritually, and that's the sign that's been written on the book, the great book, the book that only matters to most people. I think it's something to consider, right? It is disturbing. The clip I have has two parents hearing the horns. I guess they're very religious, and their child hears it too, and the father goes, "Oh my God!" And the kids start going, "What's happening? What's happening?" And this is like a real caught on tape type thing. What does it mean for me? It means that, hey, everything has a beginning, everything has a middle, and everything has an end. There's certain people who are fortunate enough to see their end, whether it's through natural causes, through somebody else's hand. There's some people that get to see a long life, and some people see shorter. If it's our turn to see it through the hand of God, then what better way to go?
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
I think that's the best way to look at it. When you operate in fear and disguise it as practicality, you will never move a muscle. But when you're fearless and the only thing you fear is God, you can move mountains. And I think that's the best way to look at it from this sense. So I'm going to play this final audio clip, and then we'll go to...
It said that if your faith is bigger than a grain of mustard, you will be able to move mountains.
Mustard seed.
Mustard seed.
Yeah, not mustard. That you put on hot dogs.
Yeah. Mustard seed.
All right. Give me a second and let me play this video.
Hit it.
Oh my God!
All right, so that was the last one. I hope that you found all these clippings insightful. Some of it is creepy because it's intentionally creepy. Some of it is natural. We found them organically. Some of them are things that may come to pass, right?
Yeah.
While others remain a mystery, right? But then there's other things that we don't talk about, like paintings. And I have a list here. There is The Piss Christ by Andres Serrano. It's a band painting of a crucifixion object of Jesus inside a jar full of urine. I think it's a photography or a painting, one or the other. Andy Warhol paintings of Korean Jong-un. Not Kim, the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's what's it called? What's the one before Kim?
His father.
Yeah, his father.
So you also have the books that are banned, which is Gender Queer, a memoir by Maya Kobabe, one of the most frequently challenged books in American schools due to LGBTQ themes and the coming of age content, right? You have Ulysses by James Joyce. It has obscenity trials in the US and UK in the early 1920s. You have the Andy Warhol 13 Most Wanted Men painting. That's banned. We were no longer allowed to see it in display. But then you have Video Nasties, my favorite. Cannibal Holocaust.
Got it.
Driller, Killer, right? Those are movies that, by the way, I own serialized copies of them, and they're one of a kind. And these are movies that you see once and you never see it because you can't undo what you see. So, and even if it's fake or real or not,
it is so
it's disturbing.
It's disturbing.
Just
Yeah.
like the documentary of they eat that guy in the jungle.
Yeah,
That one.
like the Green Inferno.
There was a movie that they filmed with a tribe.
Yeah,
The
Cannibal
tribe.
Holocaust.
Yeah,
That
Cannibal
one.
Holocaust.
But you have different ones that were
There's
like,
two other
that goes
main
under
ones.
that goes under snuff movies. You had Dr. Butcher MD, which is the same kind of thing. Cannibal Ferox, right? They called snuff movies. They try to look so realistic. Faces of Death wasn't all real.
Faces of Death had
The original.
half and half.
That was real, right? Faces
No,
of
half,
Death?
half.
No, half of it. Half
yeah.
of it was real. Half of it was reenacted. There's also some of Anton LaVey's satanic writings is banned, right? You have Molly Soda, right? It's called Pics or It Didn't Happen, which is images that were put on Instagram that were banned because of they were obscene.
Yeah.
Right? Their obscene nature. There's a lot of different media that gets banned for whatever reason, some for political reasons.
Some for just being disgusting.
Project Blue Book. Have you ever seen it?
It's a movie?
Project Blue Book.
The project per se?
Have you seen it? No.
No. I heard about Project Blooming.
No. Blue Book. So there's different things out there.
Wow.
Governmental, some religious. I mean, think about this. And I'm going to go there. I'm going to fucking go there. Fuck it. You know.
Bring it on. Let's go Alex Jones for a second.
Well, you know, something.
The frogs are making the water gay. The frogs are making the water gay. Or the water's making the frogs gay. Something like that. I don't fucking know.
Shit. Yeah, that was good. You've been watching Alex Jones recently, huh?
Alex Jones is a part of my childhood because the internet was something.
That was really good. I give you a A+ for that. You know what? Good job. Can I get it one more time? The frogs.
The water's making the frogs gay. Like,
But it became true. Like he said,
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, you know what he is?
That's why I still
He's like
drinking water.
a prophet that nobody likes.
Right.
He says the truth, but it's just the way he says it is like, fuck you, man. But I love the guy personally.
He even predicted the Twin Towers.
Yeah,
There's
he
a
did.
video of it,
Yeah.
and it's crazy.
Yeah, that's been the case. You have anybody on the chat?
I got Smoky Flames. Hello, that was a good one.
The frogs? I need to find a way to top that
You
shit.
need to put that video clip. You need to.
Frogs. The water's making the frogs. Oh shit!
You need to make that a video clip.
But yeah. So media comes in all forms. You have forbidden media that's always going to be forced to be concealed or released at a certain point in time when they don't deem it no longer a threat to whatever political power is there. But for me, before I got Alex Jones,
you can buy methylene blue.
Fucking Christ spray.
You heard it.
But who hides the most information?
The government.
The government.
Nope. The Vatican.
Oh, the Vatican. You're so right.
Yes.
The Vatican.
Yes.
Fun fact: there's only there's actually one person with a Steam account in the Vatican that is playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
They have the biggest library with really, really old
ancient
Gnostic text, old text. What was the other word you used?
Hermetic text.
No, the other one.
Gnostic text.
Oh my God.
Gospels.
The ones they found in the
Dead Sea Scrolls.
They're all that big. Yeah.
All of this stuff that gets found gets pretty much confiscated. And this goes back to like the Crusades and stuff like that, right? Like,
I remember the Templars. They were conquering places and taking all that gold and stuff like that and bringing it to the Vatican, to the church.
So I guess the question that I ask myself, why is all this stuff being hidden? Why is all this stuff that is exposed allowed to be exposed? So and I came up with an answer for that. A lot of what's being hidden has the potential to alter the existence of humankind in a way that can be favorable to some and not to others. All right? That's number one. Number two, you have to take into consideration that truth is perceived. If I show you that I have a quarter and I tell you that I have a quarter, you're going to believe me. If I tell you I have 100 quarters and I only show you 2 quarters, are you going to believe me?
Maybe. Yes, maybe not.
It's perceived. You're not going to warrant it to every single person off the back, right? So what does that mean? The truth that you choose to believe is the one that's presented to you.
Yeah.
Now, people like us are very astute. We're very familiar. We're very keen on this stuff. So what ends up happening is that we choose our own truth. But we account for a small margin of people. Right? We figure it out. We make the decision. We don't follow the societal norms. Right? Which makes us weirdos for the most part. Fucked up. But the other part of this is, why are you exposed to media that is disturbing, malevolent, weird, catastrophic? Because fear evokes something about a person who wants to almost seem like they have to seek shelter. They have to seek protection. And when that happens, you no longer are the protector. You want to be the protected. Right? So I can tell you this because when I was young, I used to watch Good Day New York in New York, and the news was very different. They would go to a community and say, hey, look, this guy did a good deed. And everything was like, okay, I'm going to school today. And everything was cool.
So happy,
right?
jovial.
But now what happens is the first time you turn on the news,
somebody died.
Something happened in your area. It almost seems programmed because they'll show you something that happened 5 miles from where you live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not showing you something that's happening. They'll do that afterwards. Oh, by the way, on Pakistan and you're like, what the fuck? And what happens is you absorb and you consume that. Your mind gets rewired to think that, okay, this is just a matter of time before it affects me. So some of it is for that, while other stuff is just historical plot points, if you will. But I think they're all important. I think they're all important because it kind of paints the landscape of the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're always doing good at showing the good pictures, right? But these bad ones, whether they're audio, paintings, videos, they need to be preserved for one reason. So when we do become good or better, we can look back and say, this is what we don't want to become.
Exactly.
Right? Because this did happen. Right? So that's pretty much it for forbidden media, lost media. And we didn't touch too much on lost media because there's not a lot to show.
That's why it's for
Hold on.
I would have to disagree with that. There is so much lost media, but that's going to be like that has to be its own separate episode.
Okay.
Lost media. There's so much lost media.
Okay, so we'll make another podcast on that, or we can make next week's a continuation of this and just go into lost media only.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. You are younger, and what there is a trend now to record videos with like old cameras and like old devices.
Yeah,
it's like a trend. They say the videos look better, something like that.
So people have aesthetic needs. They like certain aesthetics, and the quality you get from a older film camera from, let's say, the camera we're using now is so different, but they look appeasing to certain people.
Okay.
Like I prefer digital cams when it comes to taking pictures.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Just checking, because in Rolling Loud, there was a lot of people using like recording with PSP.
Yeah. No, I had a friend who recorded a concert on the 3DS.
Old camcorders, stuff like that. I'm like,
Yeah, there's a reggaeton artist in Puerto Rico that started making his beats on a PlayStation, PlayStation video game that allowed you to make music.
wow.
It was called, I think it was called the PlayStation Music Generator or something like that.
Wow.
It was actually like a game, and you put it in, and it
It
gave you all
allowed you
the
to make
tools.
music, yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
get them that on Mario Maker too.
so yeah. So let's go to final thoughts. Start off, Mr. Valentine.
Forbidden media is something that is always going to be a part of us. I mean, I've seen my fair share of it through the interwebs. And when I was growing up, you know, the internet was starting to boom with a lot of this crazy, depraved stuff that is now considered forbidden. Like, I'm going to go have a flashback here to Kekma. If you don't look it up, please. I mean, it's shut down now, but that is forbidden media. You know, that's something that people look back at and they're like, why would somebody make this? You know, you had early subreddits, Reddits that were like, just like, dude, why would you make a Reddit for this? You know, iBlek, which was just horrible things. And, you know, now you look back at it, it's like, man, like, I'm glad it's forbidden. I'm glad we can look back at this and say, yeah, what we did, what that was kind of fucked up, and I wouldn't want to go back to that. But, you know, it also gives you a sense of intrigue, a sense of, why is this forbidden? Because other people don't know what it is, so they're gonna look into it.
Fucking Eve. You got curious and ate the apple.
And then fucked it up for all of us. Yeah, look.
Now we have to work.
Could have been frolicking butt booty naked, you know, but
now we
gotta pay taxes.
Yeah.
Why?
Frank
Jones.
Your thoughts?
Frank Jones.
What was the water doing? Make the price?
Blue. I'm selling this Metally Blue for $7.99. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, I didn't know much about forbidden media because that's why it's forbidden. I don't know how they pull it out and bring all this stuff out, information, but it's forbidden. But I'm gonna tell you something. Mega Video. You remember about Mega Video?
Yeah.
That's forbidden media right there.
Yeah, Mega Video.
That's where the
VLC players.
That's where the Forest Warrior movie was debuted.
Right.
In 2000 something.
Right.
And I don't know how Westman had a copy of it.
Look at that.
And that's how I think he put it on YouTube. But
wow.
That's Mega Video. That was before YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, well, YouTube was there, but you can only upload stuff in YouTube for 12 minutes, something like that.
The first ever YouTube video was a couple seconds.
And there was a lot of, in Mega Video, there was a lot of videos that were like people getting beheaded, stuff like that.
Like Live Leak, Ogrish, all that crazy stuff.
Ogrish was good.
Ogrish.
I mean, when I say good, they had like good concept for that kind of platform.
For people
and
that
then
were
you had
intrigued.
You had, remember, Rotten.com.
Rotten.com,
You had the what they call the celebrity morgue, and you would go in and look at the like celebrities that are dead, their morgue pictures and shit. That shit is a mind fuck.
Yeah.
I don't recommend you look into it at all. It's not fun.
No.
You can do that on Telegram now. There's some channels on Telegram.
you don't trust Telegram.
Yeah, you don't.
You can whatever stuff from the war. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's what you got.
No, I mean I got a lot of stuff, but it's just I didn't know much about forbidden media. Thank God I have both of you here. You can enlighten me because you know it's good to be enlightened. So I just want to say thank you everybody that was in the chat. Let me thank you to Corrales, Smoky Flames, Rita Paredes, all of you guys. Thank you for supporting. So don't forget to check our merch and stay tuned for more. And appreciate your support, guys. Thank you.
I don't know.
Take it away.
I don't know how to top the Alex Jones bit. Fuck. I'm still pondering that. For me,
Pro Force $9.99. You want your hair to grow back?
Frank, we have a show to finish. Frank, we have a show to finish.
All right, here we go. What makes forbidden media intriguing is that there exist people like me who want to seek out the mysteries of the world. People like me and Frank and Mr. Valentine. We're curios in a way, right? We collect things that have meaning. And you'll see that in our future episodes, right? We actually got now a new segment called The Cabinet of Curiosities, which we're going to go over in our live session soon. But those kind of mysteries incite intrigue. There is an allure to them, as Mr. Valentine pointed out. And there's no way around it, right? Because when you look at it, for everything good that we do, there's going to be 5 bad ones done behind the scenes. And the question is, who's watching? Who's collecting that data? And why? Right? What purpose does it serve outside of becoming the blueprint of what we don't want to become as a society? Is the only thing. You're looking at Valentine Blue. I can't believe this guy. But yeah, but God, just do your bit.
They got the methylene red now.
You can take the blue pill or the red.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
All right, so I mean, there's not much to it. As far as forbidden media, there are people in power and people who are much more knowledgeable than us that maybe feel that as a society we're not ready for that truth, right? Because forbidden media doesn't mean bad media. It just means that you're not ready to see it, or they don't want you to see it for whatever reason. And as far as that goes, you know, I've always been curious as to knowing who decided that they are the ones that should be the chosen ones to decide what we can or cannot be ready to watch. And I think that's really the question, you know. Outside of that, you know, these make for great storytelling pieces like we had today. It makes for obscure, scary moments, like when you're with your friends. Hey, you want to check this out? Some stuff you can watch once, but I advise you not to watch again because it's just disturbing and just doesn't really serve any purpose outside of entertainment. And then it becomes disgusting. You go, oh shit, why did I even watch that? So just take it with a grain of salt. Understand where your truth lies. Look at the path that you want to take and steer away from things that you've seen that don't prove beneficial to you. And just remember that when you hear those horns, you know, go out with a bang. And with that being said, make sure you get methylene blue and stay away from the waters.
Ultimate life force.
All right.
To you.
J-Rock, Frank Walls, and Mr. Valentine signing out.
Take care, guys.
All righty.
Thank you for watching the Distorted Realities audiocast. This show is produced by J-Rock, Frank Walls, and Mr. Valentine. See you next week, and remember, the truth is out there.